ओम ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहि तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्रीहरिं परमानंदम उपदेष्टारमीश्वरं व्यापकं सर्वलोकानां कारणं तं नमाम्यहम्। So as we have been discussing this, the prarabdha that we use to explain the body of a wise person. Because if we do not talk about prarabdha, it will be difficult for us to explain the body, how it has to function after the knowledge. Whereas we have seen very carefully that when the Jnani has already dissociated himself from both Agami and Sansita Karma, now there is no claim. Now, where is the Prarabdha? Moreover, Prarabdham comes under what? Vyavaharika, in a transaction level. When we discuss Jnani from Paramarthika standpoint, now from this absolute standpoint, now where is duality? The body itself is asat, Prarabdha itself is asat. So when everything is asat, where is Prarabdha? So far we have discussed this much. I hope you remember. So while discussing further, he goes, verse number 92. Karma janmantariyam yat prarabdham iti kirtitam tattu janmantara abhava pumsah naivasti karhiche. We have seen this thing, however. So janmantariyam yat karma tat prarabdham iti kirtita. We have seen this verse actually. So that is called prarabdha. That is being mentioned, that is being acknowledged as prarabdham, that which is acquired from previous life with a package. Now here, when for a Jnani, there is no janmantara, means there is no next birth, there is no coming birth. So when there is no future birth, then what to talk of this prarabdham? That means there is no prarabdham at all. But remember very carefully. Don't behave like, the person who studied in the ashram, brahmachari, staying for, understood that there is no duality, everything is one and same. Then comes back and the elephant, okay? Wild elephant, that too. Then after that, also blames, oh Guruji, you taught us wrongly, you taught me wrongly. Look, what is my situation? Because of you. That means what? The student was not ready. Again and again, I'm highlighting. If there is no karma yoga, if there is no upasana, remember, Vedanta is not going to help you at all. Again and again, I am talking this point very carefully because now time has come to talk, okay? Because in the beginning, I did not challenge much, I did not talk much because you will run away from the class because I need some people for my sake, okay? Now I don't have any problem, okay? If you want to run away, please go. Better go away. It's good for you, good for me. However, that's why make sure your upasana, your karma yoga must be there. Because yesterday I was talking very nicely, somebody called, I was talking this point that, especially when you have what you call life problem, okay? You understand what is called life problem? Because all you guys are working, everything is live, okay? As though we all are dead, okay? So my program is going live. Everything is live. We are talking live, okay? Don't worry. However, so when you have life problem and where you are part of it, and especially you're in a relationship or any situation where whatever you expected did not meet your expectation, then what happens to you? You think that time Vedanta will work? You will not be available. You will close yourself. In fact, that time only psychologist will help you. No Vedanta, nothing will work because psychologist will boost your ego nicely, will take care of you. Hey, you are right, everything's good, good. Because that fellow or lady, whatever, most of the ladies nowadays, they will listen to nicely, okay? And if same ladies starts listening to their husband or boyfriend, I think they will contribute a lot more. And interesting, you will see, you will find most of the psychologists, they are independent, means they don't have their partner. They are free from partners. If same thing they listen to their partner, I think they will contribute more to the society. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I'm sorry. However, that time Vedanta will not work. Whereas if you are adopting Karma Yoga, so Karma Yoga, here I'm giving you another example. Karma Yoga is nothing having vairagyam while doing karma. Means you are not attached to the result of action. You are not planning, okay, if I do this thing, that will happen. Because I do this thing, that's why I did this thing. So that is not Karma Yoga, because we have seen Karma Yoga in different angles differently. So Karma Yoga here is that you have vairagyam towards the result. And keeping vairagyam in mind, you do things. That is another easiest way of functioning. However, when you have this Karma Yoga attitude, now when this sort of thing happens, you can say, look, I have done many things without attaching to the result. Now this result did not come. So what? So 40% problem gets reduced then and there. Can you see, make out this point? And of course, when Upasana is there, your Ishtadevata, your energy, your vibe, everything will be taken care. You will not be going back to wrong people. You will not associate with the wrong people who will massage your ego, who will take care of your insecurities, or who will allow you to suppress, or you will not get into addiction or depression. Both addiction is bad, depression equally is also bad. Don't worry. Because when you cannot go for addiction, you go for depression. This is the difference. In fact, sometimes you can get out of addiction easier, but depression takes longer time. However, these two when are there, then only Vedanta starts working. I am highlighting this aspect again and again. However, let us not get into too much. Continuing. Shupna deho yathadhyastah tathivayam idehakah अध्यस्तस्य कुतो जन्म जन्मा भावे हि तत्कुतः. So look, यथा स्वप्न देह अध्यस्तः, that means स्वप्न देह, स्वप्नस्य देह, देह, the body that is born out of dream is nothing but is superimposed. Because me who is lying down, because of my sukshma sharira, my subtle body, now the projection takes place. In fact, whatever body I have that moment, especially if I am thick, means fat, I appear sometimes in dream scene, super, duper, okay? If I am ugly, I become Mr. Handsome or Miss Universe, okay? Mr. Universe, Miss Universe, okay? Or if I am dumb fellow, I become most learned person in dream. Okay, that is close to the mind, okay? Let us look at the body, okay? And if I don't have hair, especially now gray hair, everything is black, you know? So black and long hair, you understand? So everything is opposite that appears in dream. So is it real? It is superimposed. It doesn't have any standpoint. And he says, look, tathahi. So also here similarly, ayam, this dehakaha abhyastaha eva. So this body is nothing but again superimposed. So what we call as body, that's very nicely medical science will say nicely. If you look at what medical science says, every second, millions of cells are getting destroyed or dead. Again, new cells are born. That's why you start smelling. Why you start smelling? Because dead cells are falling off. Okay. That's why what food you eat, what you think, what is your lifestyle, based on that, your body smell comes. You can see for yourself, you can feel for yourself. Suppose you have got a lot of worries and anxieties. Even if you have best food, no problem. You have a lot of worries and anxieties. You'll discover your body will start smelling bad, different. Because the shell that is working in the body, it has its own mechanism, and every moment they are dying. And when they're dying, dead bodies, you understand? Now that creates smell. How every moment millions of dead cells you are throwing away. That's why you take shower and whatnot. And again, new cells are being born. That means the body that you see is not the same. But the problem is you want to retain. Like, even if hair is gone, let me transplant. If it is a gray, let me make it black. And of course, the best part is when the tooth is gone. Okay, at least you can use the tooth for eating. I can understand. Okay. But maximum people use the tooth for what? They never smile. Okay. But for the presentation, they must have it. Okay. It's amazing. And dentists make very good money. Okay. Big money for this. Because in our time, there was no dentist. Okay. It was part of MBBS. Then slowly it became dentist. They were being looked down. BDS. This is the language. BDS. Now BDS is number one, okay? Now because you can make big money in becoming BDS, okay? Anyway, let us not get into again how this body is ever changing medically. If we look at, still we want to hold on to. We say no, the body must remain, and there are people also They want to be alive after day. There are philosophers. They have created philosophy, Pondicherry philosophy, for example. And of course, there are many other people. So we have that they want to work to make sure the body should be eternal. And of course, whole Christianity talks a little differently. So lie down in peace. So as though your body is being preserved. That's why people before die make sure the coffin must be made up of good wood with soft, very soft cushion, okay? With velvet and silk and whatnot. Huh? But they forget, hey, whom I was hating whole life. I have to lie down next to that person or sometimes above or below, okay? That is the most painful thing, okay? However, it's good, nothing wrong in it. Let us not get into again too much. He says, look, if this is the case, now this adhyastasya janma kutaha sambhavati. If something is superimposed, when does it take birth? Is there any birth for a superimposed things? Like today. Today, all over India celebrate Independence Day. What nonsense is this? This is my personal view, okay? I am making it very clear. This is another superimposed. It is like I enter your house. As a guest, I come. And after staying few days, nicely I talk and all things. Slowly, I'll capture your house and make you my slave. Took everything. You don't have right, nothing. Destroy. Then after that, I discover there is issue. If I do not leave the place, my house or whatever I have taken from here, now that is also in effect, is going to go away. Then what I do? Night, I run away. And you start celebrating that day, Independence Day. And you have to celebrate it, ashamed, shameful day or black day. I'm not telling jokes. If I have, okay, I'll not get into politics. He happens to be a politician, I would have celebrated as a black day. Give a holiday. And call Independence Day. Okay. That's why India is not independent yet. It will take longer time. However, this is my personal view, okay? I'm making it very clear. So, how this so-called Independence Day is being created? And of course, the best part is the Prime Minister, dreams, a person dreams to, give speech today. Because nation is waiting. More than nation, the neighbor country is waiting, okay? So what is the message today? However, how this happens? But there is a momentum. In fact, I went to the school to be part of it. What choice do I have? And whom I don't like, also I have to say joy. You understand? So all these things are fantastic point. Please understand, I'm talking about the practical example, okay? How this happens, even though in reality, those who know in and out of the system, Indian system now, in reality, there is nothing called Independence Day, but still it's being grand way celebrated all over the world. So also the body that is superimposed when was born, but we do celebrate birthday. Okay, so like today is 78 year Independence Day. So 1 year birthday, 2nd year birthday, 10-year birthday. Then Sashtarthi also we have to do it. So 60-year birthday, 80-year birthday. Also, we have to do on 100-year, we have to do Kanaka Abhishekam. Okay. All Abhishekam, we have to do it. Kanaka Abhishekam means gold. Okay. When you reach 100-year, so the gold has to be, you have to take bath with the gold. Lot of things we do. When you become 60-year, a lot of rituals have to be done. Anyway, so why? Still it continues. He uses this word, look, from paramarthika drishtya, from the absolute standpoint. There is no body because imposed, superimposed doesn't have birth. If I ask you, it is simple. As long as you are in dream, when your dream body started, how old are you? You can talk all the details. Once you are, out of the dream, can you say, when was your dream body started? When was you born in dream? Will you be able to tell the time? Maybe you will be able to tell the place. Maybe you will be able to tell the dream time. And you will be able to tell the dream place. Remember, this is the most important point. You will be able to tell dream place and dream time. But in reality, will you be able to tell the time and place? So also, once I wake up, once the ignorance is being destroyed, remember, there is no birth. That's why we say, birthless celebrates birthday. And we make it very clear. Whenever birthday is celebrated, in fact, you might have noticed, I always say, I am not interested in birthdays. In fact, I myself confused when I was born. Okay. And I have confused everybody. But I would love you people to celebrate birthday, not for me. I don't need, this body doesn't need. But through the birthday celebration, if some project, something happens for the society, well and good. If this is not happening, hey, don't give me the, cake and cut the cake and all these things. Oh, Swamiji, happy birthday to you. Hey, please, don't remind me in the ignorance, okay? If you can remind me the knowledge, I'll be happy, okay? Swamiji, you are birthplace. Wow. That is something really interesting, okay? No, you have to remind me, Swamiji, yeah, you are ignorant, okay? How is it? However, again, coming back to our point, superimposed body does not have birth. After all, it is superimposition. It's like, the snake that was superimposed on a rope. When it was born? When was it born? How did it? No, last 1 year. So let us celebrate also, because this poor snake is lying down without creating any disturbance for last 1 year. You understand? We can put that snake into the Guinness Book of World Record, okay? All these things we do for what? That's why when you look at the knowledge, when you look at yourself from the understanding standpoint, your way of approach, your way of looking, everything changes. That's why I'm trying to highlight this aspect very carefully. To reach to that way of thinking, you need to uplift yourself. It is like exactly. If you do not know basic mathematics, basic algebra, mathematics of algebra, basic, and you want to try to understand what is E is equal to mc square, will it be possible? And we all comment. It's like, if I want to comment about Einstein, I should be equal to Einstein, at least if not equal, little lower than, little lesser than. I do not know what is physics. I have not gone to the schools because Einstein, that fellow, that's good for nothing. And little bit information I have, suppose his personal life, he was stupid. Yes, definitely, if he is stupid, what about you? Who are you to talk that he was stupid? Be Einstein, be closer to at least Einstein. And if you become closer to Einstein, I'm sure you cannot criticize him. So try to understand all these angles, how it works. Here he says, same thing. So when adhyastasya kutah janmam iti, so that means there is no birth. Janma bhave, when there is absence of birth, tat kutah hi asti. So that means tat means prarabdham. Where is prarabdham? So is there prarabdham? When janma is not there, birth is not there, body is not there, then where is prarabdham? That means what? Prarabdham is completely dismissed. Now, beautiful, unique point this text brings, which we will see today. Let's continue. Upadanam prapanchasya mrut bhandasyeva kathyate ajnanam chaiva vedante tasminnashte kavishvata. Says, look, Vedante. So what Vedanta does, Bhandasya Mrutiba Upadana Karanam. So if you look at the Upadana Karanam means the material cause, that to Parinam Upadana Karanam of a pot is what? Growth. Okay. So also Prapanchasya Ajnanam cha Upadana Karanam eva kathyate. Beautiful point. So far, this point has never come. You have not seen so far. This is the unique point. This verse to be, noted carefully. Here he says, Ajnanam, the ignorance, becomes upadana karana, material cause of what? Of the entire universe, including this body-mind complex. Earlier, we used to say in the beginning, Ishwaraha, both upadana and nimitta karana. That is how we started or not? Now what we are saying? Ajnanam, the ignorance is upadana karanam. Then you can say, Swamiji, you are contradicting. What about Ishwara? If you ask this question, that means I'll ask you straight away, please don't come to the Vedanta class. Means you are not, you are not eligible or you are not qualified yet for a Vedanta class, especially for this class. It's like, this example goes, after 7 days of Ramayana, so all this Kathakara all the time was saying, Rama, Ravana, and of course Rakshasa, devil. Okay? Rama, Ravana, and Rakshasa. So these three words are being used left, right. After 7 days of this discourse, the fellow asks question. I have a doubt. Now what? All the time you have been telling Rama, Ravana, and Rakshasa. Now I'm confused. What? Will you please tell me whether Rama was Rakshasa or Ravana was Rakshasa? Now what would be the answer? Hey, no, look, neither Rama was a Rakshasa nor Ravana was a Rakshasa. Me Rakshasa talking to you another Rakshasa, okay? So also, after attending this class, if you do not understand the basic, like I can give a beautiful example. Today I was talking to the boys. In fact, I caught them in very bad way. The alphabets and especially consonant consonants, they are not able to follow. Some mistakes are there. And in PhD, while doing PhD, suppose if you do not understand basic consonant consonant, how to read, now what to do? So you have to make the child to sit in the first standard, okay, first class. Well, there is no point wasting time. So also in Vedanta, after going to a stage, if you are not able to update yourself, say here updating means, please understand, this is the point I would like to say. Yes, intellectually you can update, but in right time, it will not work. This is what happens to most of you. Intellectually, you understand everything. Swamiji, when we are in the class, we understand everything. After class, don't ask. Why? Because you are not updating your sadhana. So then what happens? This half an hour becomes a time pass. And when you make this as a time pass, good, nothing wrong in it, at least you are doing something good. But it will give you punya by default. But it will create equally some confusion side effect. And here he says this point. Ajnanam here is the parinama karanam of a prapancha. And when this is, I'm using the word, when it is upadana karanam. Now this upadana karanam, interestingly, I use this word called parinama upadana karanam, where it is not being mentioned. I'm using not vivarta upadana. So when we say parinama upadana karanam, whatever is being done cannot be undone. Can you see this point very carefully? This is the another revelation. What is vivarta parinama karanam? Sorry, vivarta upadana karanam. Vivarta upadana karanam is what? Do you understand what I am trying to say, or just I am talking to myself? So what would be the example of a vivarta upadana karanam? So we give the vivarta upadana karanam is what? For example,
Snake
how I start looking at dream. When I create a dream, is it parinama karana or it is vivarta upadana karana? Thank God, it is vivarta. It is not parinama upadana karana. Or else what will happen? I become a tiger in the dream. I cannot come back. You understand the concept? Like milk becomes yogurt. So when milk becomes yogurt, what sort of material cause is it? Come on.
Parinama.
Exact. So it becomes parinama. It cannot be vivarta. That's why yogurt can never become milk. It's a one-way traffic. Interestingly, ajnanam is upadana karanam. The ignorance is upadana karanam of prapancha. But thank God, it is not vivarta. We consider as, there is a lot of debate on this, different places. We consider as this is also parinama. That's why whatever way it is being produced, it cannot come back. And sometimes we look at as also vivarta when it is superimposed. So when now we look at this verse, from this verse standpoint, here we have to look at ajnanam is vivarta upadana karanam. Because we are looking at from the standpoint of superimposition. Whereas when we look at from the standpoint of vyavahara transaction, we look at that anything that is being produced from ignorance, that is one-way traffic. Not, it cannot reverse back in the same way. There will be change, there will be modification. There has to be modification. Now, while discussing this point, that ajnanam cha eva vedantaihi In Vedanta Shastra, it is being shared that Ajnanam is Upadana Karanam, material cause. And he says beautifully, Tasmin Nashthe. When this material cause is being destroyed, now where is Vishwa, Vishwata? So what is the where is the status of Vishwa, this entire prapancha or universe? It exists? Kuhatishtati means what? Once the Karanam is destroyed, that means what? Definitely Karya will not exist. More of it. He gives with the example of Iraju, we'll see tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnahat Purnam Dachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, all of you.